representatives of the NAACP resolving and telling you to take the white supremacists out of your group. I guess if they were here tonight, they'd be looking for hoods.
Hey, Dom, if I could, what I would like to start off saying is that we've had a number of our endorsed candidates here tonight. John Runyon is a great guy. We were proud of our endorsement of John. We think he's going to win in November. We also have Dee Adcock here from the 13th Congressional District. Mike Fitzpatrick was here. Pat Meehan called in, I believe. Is that right? It's a really good turnout. These are all candidates that the Independent Tall Tea Party PAC endorsed. So we're very proud of our candidates, and we think a number of them, if not all of them, are going to win in the fall.
Absolutely. Well, talk a little bit about the Tea Party movement, though, and this attack that happened yesterday.
Hey, Dom, I don't even want to acknowledge the charge. It's such a ridiculous and baseless charge. There's no evidence to support it. I can tell you that our group, for instance, is co-sponsoring an event on the 31st called Unity, and we are reaching out to all kinds of minorities. We have a great lineup of speakers. Many of them are minorities. Most of them are minorities. We are really trying our best to make sure that everybody feels included in the Tea Party movement. And I can tell you, in terms of inclusion, we're more inclusive than the Sierra Club. We have more minority involvement, according to the polls. Look at the NAACP. How inclusive are they? And what does their membership look like? I mean, we could go on and on and on with some of the other groups on the left, and we could lob charges at them. We know the reasons they're doing this. They're scared. They're scared that they're not going to be able to win in November. And this is the tactic that they're employing. Shame on them for doing it.
Absolutely. Well put, Don. And John Runyon, you've been in probably even more Tea Parties than I've been. And the Tea Parties I've seen with the Independence Hall and some of these others, you don't see these signs. You don't see this type of action. And you wouldn't be associated with that. Heck, you played in a diverse NFL. You're not about that yet.
We're very like-minded conservative people that are, frankly, there's a lot of them, which I think is a big push behind the Tea Party movement, that haven't been involved in politics. And they're frightened, they're scared of the direction, and they're getting involved to let their voices be heard. And you know what? And there's a lot of countries in this world you can't do that.
Exactly right.
You know, and it's awesome that we're actually able to sit here and talk and have this discussion in a great country like this.
Well, you should have been in here a couple hours ago with hundreds of protesters with a drum across the street. They had their say, such as it was, and we had our say here. That's America.
Hey, Don, if I could too, I'd like to also say that I really admire John Runyon. He's stepping from one career into another. It's not an easy transition, and I think he's.
Wait a minute, I've seen him near a pile up in football. I'd hate to be running in Congress against him. I played basketball against him. Until you do that, he was a gentleman. He took it easy on me, but could have been murderous. Got a heck of a jump shot.
Well, I wouldn't want to go up against him.
No, exactly right. No, it was a heck of a jump shot for whoever we're playing that. All right, we're going to take more calls here on the Big Talker 1210. And coming up, Joey Vento, who's donated, if you're just joining us, $50,000 on top of sponsoring this event. Joey is still down here with the crowd. This could go on to the wee small hours. So jump down to Joey Vento's Geno Steaks and join us here on the Big Talker 1210.
The Big Talker 1210 is live from Joey Vento's Geno Steaks. Once again, Dom Giordano.
Hey, welcome in, everyone. Joey Vento's Geno Steaks. Joey with us for the final roundup. First, let's go to Gary Arnell, one of our Big Talkers folks that you hear many times at 10 o'clock at night. Hey, Gary, welcome to Joey Vento's Geno Steaks.
Hey, Dom, I only have one request. First of all, the broadcast sounds phenomenal. And Marion Davies and everybody who is there sounds phenomenal. And this is the message that we need to convey to America. But I need to ask you, Dom, and to ask Joey, is there a possibility that somebody could run a cheesesteak back to the studio?
He's right. He's up there to midnight, Joe. I'm sure we could send up there. Yeah.
I promise I'll ask in English.
You gotta love it.
But I got to tell you, this is really terrific, and this is why talk radio has the impact in America that it does, no matter what the political persuasion. And I think what's going on there tonight is historic, and I love the fact that we hooked up with Phoenix, where all of this is developing. And it's just been a great broadcast, Dom, especially on a day when we're hearing about how well the stimulus program, but yet all the polls are showing that there is such doubt about recovery in the U.S. economy, and yet we're catering to 14, 15, 20 million illegals, and we may offer an amnesty program. Something has to be done.
Well, Gary, you have to be feeling pretty good because I'm not there to turn the temperature up, to heat things up tonight. It's going to be very cool for you.
I have to tell you, normally Dom likes it at about 75, 76, only Joey because he loves the environmentalists. But here now, tonight, I got it at about 63. The station's going to kill me when it gets But it's great. It's really great. And I'm really, really, really so proud of the job that everybody's doing here. This is terrific, Dom, and it's a great tribute to you and Joey and everybody out there.
Thanks, Gary. We'll be with you tonight. Gary Arnell, folks, with us on the Big Talker 1210. On your way home tonight, he's with you up until midnight. John Runyon with us here. We're taking your calls, too. It has been a spectacular night, Joe. You and I, you told me, I remember this, it was even a couple weeks ago, it might rain on Wednesday. I had that tucked away. You were doing the long-range forecast, and all day long it wouldn't just rain and then become sunny. It was all night long. But once we got here around 6 o'clock, you couldn't keep people away, including the protesters.
That's right, because the man upstairs looks out for Joey Vento, and I asked for a little prayer through my priest. I said, just let it go away. Right. And what happened? It went away, the sun come out. So God shining down on us. This is where we got to get back. God back in the country. That's what we lost.
Let me go to a caller for John Runyon and Joey Vento. Let's go to Fran in Havertown. Hey, Fran, you're with Dom G. You're down on the Big Talker 1210. Go right ahead.
Hi, Dom. Thanks for taking my call. I wanted to allude to that caller earlier that was Tony. He talked about putting people, the corporations in jail who hire illegals. But I never hear from that side either. What about all these elites who seem to know better and are telling us that we're the racists? Yet I wonder how many of them employ illegals to take care of their kids and take care of their gardeners. If you're going to put the businessman in jail for doing that, you've got to do it on the other side of the coin and do the same thing to those people.
Correct.
Well put. You're right.
You're right.
Hey, John, when you go across now Burlington County and the congressional district, you talked about the economy, you talked about jobs, but the caller just mentioned, too, or Gary Arnell just mentioned, big poll out today, Americans are not buying that spending trillions of dollars recklessly is the way to stimulate the economy. And I know you're a business guy, too, and businessmen like Joey Vento and you want certainty to know what the tax rate will be. You don't want to have all these cap and tax that Adler has been one of the big supporters of. I think business people are sitting there with bated breath wanting to know what new tax or regulation they'll face next.
That's a big part of the economy right now. There's so much uncertainty. No one can invest in it. I mean, not only was it a bad environment, they throw the health care bill on top of it to create even more uncertainty. So it's something where everybody's just kind of scratching their head, trying to figure it out, waiting for things to stabilize. I mean, you look